Hi, I'm Lauren Vanderpool, celebrity vegan and raw food chef, and you are watching Healthy Food, Happy You.
We just had so much fun in the kitchen with Cherylyn Tompkins, eco-conscious lifestyle maven, that we decided to bring her back and have a little chit-chat on the many things that she has going on and the many things that she'll be doing in the future.
Yes.
So welcome back. I'm happy to have you sitting down here.
Thank you, and it was fun to be in the kitchen with you too. We got to, create and inspire some some great other creative food choices for people. That's the important thing.
That was wonderful and really an eye-opening thing to so many things that we thought were healthy and really are not.
Right.
So I'm just excited to have you on the couch, and let's get started. So I know that you're the creator of Fabunola.com.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what is that website about?
When I came back to New Orleans in the fall of 2006, after I'd been in LA for 2 years, and I left 10 to 11 months before the storm, and I came back after the storm, and I saw a hole of information that wasn't getting out there of the good and positive things that people could do. And I write from a positive voice and a positive place to help to inspire and encourage people to remember, even though all those things were going on, we still need to move forward and to rebuild in a positive way and bring back our quality of life. And what I recognize is it's not just for New Orleans, but you see it's expanding outward to not just the nation, but globally. So we wanted to, for myself, I recognize that I wanted to be able to put that out there for people, and it took off. Because writing was never what I intended to do.
Well, that's beautiful that you just kind of wanted to give back after such a tragic event.
It's important. New Orleans has given back to me in so many ways. I went there 21 years ago. My father was in the military, so we lived all over. But when I hit New Orleans, I knew that I had a home for life, and the community's always given me so much love. So Fabunola is, I say, I get to promote the positive side of New Orleans fabulously.
That is just so great. So Fabunola.com. So what kind of things can we find? Because I know you're involved with so many things, so many health conscious efforts and sort of lifestyle efforts and to get people to live healthier.
And it's about our happiness, and it's about our quality of life and being able to get back to having a better quality of life and community, but getting back to self and back to source. So eco-advocacy, arts, culture, community, mind, body, spirit, wellness and awareness. Also food. Food's a big thing, and I tie that in. Everything gets tied in together because it's all interconnected.
Well, you know, speaking of food, I want to just touch on this point and go back to the beginning. How did you become a vegan?
I became a vegan, it's funny, a little over 4 years ago now. And it was after I'd come back from LA, so I didn't do it when I was in LA when it would have been so much easier. but I did it when I came back. I was dealing with health issues, and I found out that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, and there are 4 stages, and the final one is insulin resistant, and I hadn't gotten there yet, but I had a friend's sister-in-law who told me, I think you might have what I have just from the sounds of it. And from that, I went to the doctor, I got tested, and even though they wanted to write prescription drugs for it, I knew I needed to heal my body from the inside out, and I needed a different approach because I'd been there before with medication and through allergies, through other things, and it had side effects and caused me to gain weight through allergy medication, which is a side effect a lot of people don't recognize about some of them.
That's true.
And I had that perspective about 12, 13 years ago where I gained 30 to 40 pounds from it until a friend told me, guess what, you know, that taking that allergy medication caused me to do the same thing. So I would pass that information on to people. But with polycystic ovarian syndrome, a lot of women are being affected by it, and they don't recognize that that's what it is. And more people, we're hearing more about it. But really, it's just the body being out of alignment. When we talked about dis-ease, how is it manifesting in your body? And so I recognized the way that I could help was cleansing. A lot of people say, gosh, you are a cleanse maven. And I said, yeah, I cleanse regularly because, you know, seasonally you should do your best to get the toxins out of your system, and I recognize that that's part of the healing process. And then through the food that you eat in between. You know, you don't cleanse and then go back to an awful diet.
Same diet.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and it's a lifestyle change, and recognizing that it's a lifestyle change, and it's actually one of the best changes I've ever made.
Well, so after you revamp your whole diet,
Yeah.
let us, tell us how you're overcoming your polycystic ovarian syndrome. Let us know how you kind of cured yourself through food, because I think that is so interesting, and I think the viewers need to understand that it all starts with the intake of our food and water, and
Right.
so explain that.
And you're getting all the vital nutrients, enzymes, the things that you need in your body and your system to heal the body properly. We, as a country especially, are dealing with mass amounts of illnesses that people sit there, they seem baffled by it, but once I changed over to a vegan lifestyle, and then because I eliminate soy, I then got turned on to the raw food movement, which was actually a few months into me changing to a vegan lifestyle. A friend of mine did a documentary on fibroid tumors and said, I know you're not going to want to. I didn't want to. She had been vegan and vegetarian. She goes, but you're going to need to. And I was like, no. And then I did it. She said, well, you know what? Just do it for 2 to 3 months and then see how that works. Headaches went away. I had, issues with bloating, and I also often tell women, that the whole muffin top
that pouch,
thing,
yeah.
that's not, something that's supposed to be occurring. That's something that we're seeing in the most recent years, and there's a reason for that. So, and one of the things that I thought was interesting was that I was talking to other women at the time, especially women that were my age or older, that were saying, oh, that's just the change. And I said, what do you mean the change? I said, the change, how is that supposed to be the change? I was 35 at the time. And I said, there's no change. What's going on? I said, no, I'm sick. And I recognized that there was something that was going on and that I needed to heal from it. And once I did, I said, oh, you know what? They didn't get the signal. And I think so many people aren't getting the signal that when these things happen, whether it's gaining weight or not feeling well or fatigued, headaches, we have people that have migraines and everything going on. Taking all of those things out of my system really put my body back in balance. And I had major allergy issues growing up. Healing for one thing, for the polycystic ovarian syndrome, also healed for that. Took away headaches, took away all these things. I don't get sick like I used to all the time anymore. It's a rare occasion, and even if I feel something, it lasts maybe for a day or less.
And that's just from eliminating, like you said, soy and
dairy,
exactly,
and gluten.
And as Cherylyn said, ladies, you don't have to deal with the muffin top or the pouch. There's no excuse for that anymore. Get rid of the soy, and I think you'll feel a lot better. A lot of things that are kind of plaguing us, like you said, modern things like just bloating in that area, headaches, and. But because you said that soy carries a lot of estrogen in it?
It's an overproduction of phytoestrogens in the system. And so, and it interrupts the endocrine system as well. So there are a lot of issues, and there was a book that was written years ago called The Truth About Soy. So a friend turned me on to that. Now there are more and more documentaries that are being done. The Future of Food talks about soy, and I want a lot of people to recognize that soy is ending up in a lot of processed foods now because people got really hip to high fructose corn syrup. So it's used as emulsifier and a filler. It's in breads, it's in chocolates, it's in ice creams, gum, some teas. If it's saying natural flavoring, they're putting soy in that, so soy less than in there, and it doesn't need to be in there, but they're putting in there as a filler. But when they're feeding animals soy, and they shouldn't be fed soy, that's what's getting them really fat really quickly. That's what's then getting you really fat really quickly.
And I also know that you do some writing as well. So let us know what publications you have going on, or some things that you've written for.
Right, I formerly wrote with a local regional environmental magazine in New Orleans, and my article was on the green scene with Miss Fabiola, so that was great. But also, I was just recently published in the National Veg News magazine, which this is the article that came out. This was the November-December issue with Bob Harper from The Biggest Loser, because he was named Vegan Man of the Year.
That's wonderful.
There's a reason why he's so lean and fit. But my article was on Veg Escapes, which is their travel section and travel column, and they asked me to write about New Orleans, and it's called Big Easy Eats. Because it's challenging for people to think about New Orleans and veganism, and yet,
Definitely.
Well, I talk to people about how to think outside the box.
So Cherylyn, for our viewers who want to reach you and know more about what you're doing and where you'll be at, where can we reach you at?
Well, they can go to my website, which is fabunola.com. It's FABUNOLA.com. I can also be found on Facebook, Twitter, and you can find me also on LinkedIn. And so, and I have a few accounts for that. So, and fabu@fabunola.com is my email, but you can also find that on my sites as well.
Okay, so we have a lot of places we can reach you at.
I always say, you can, I'll be seeing you out and about.
Oh, okay, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
Well, and like I said, I want to thank you again.
Thank
It's been lovely having you.
It's wonderful being here. I think you all have a wonderful program, and I appreciate what you're doing as well for the community.
Oh, thank you so much. Please visit us on our website at www.healthyfoodhappyyou.com or on our Facebook page at Healthy Food Happy You. My name is Chermaine Ford, and thank you for watching.